Well, isn't that what makes Judaism special? Is that we all equal and we do all have the authority to correct each other. I mean, if I'm wrong, I would hope that someone would correct me. And these rabbis aren't any better than us. They're just as much as individuals as we are. I mean, this guy is in the Pope. He's not infallible. He's not some imam. He's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not that. The thing is, you're not correcting with your own opinion. You're just quoting the halakha. As a rabbi, he should have known this instead of give you the wrong halakha. And then when you post the right one, then he tells you, oh, well, this is not the way people understand it.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand what he was saying with that.
So you posted the actual halakha, and then he realized that nobody does it like that nowadays. And then in some way says that you should do what everyone else does, even though the halakha in Shulchan Aruch, it's not like you're posting something that nobody follows. There's many times that I'll post a Rambam, they're like, oh, we don't go by the Rambam, we go by Shulchan Aruch. This is what they always do. Instead of being humble and saying, like, you know what, it's true, this is what the halakha says, and like, we just don't do it, that we may be wrong or something like that. They're like, no, you must be wrong, even though you're quoting the actual halakha. You know, so he'll tell you that you should learn with someone whose opinion is going to supersede the halakha.
So basically, I should learn with Moses.
No, he means that rabbis nowadays take culture into consideration and like basically justify breaking halakha for reasons other than saving a life, just because everyone else does it. Actually, some, like the Maharsha, will call him a meiser, someone who's peddling idolatry, because idolatry, avodah zarah, means foreign worship or foreign service. In other words, you're worshiping God or serving God in ways that are not prescribed in Torah. And someone who peddles this is called a meiser. So by him giving you the false halakha, stupidly, when you showed him the correct actual halakha, he's misrepresenting Torah, and he's telling people that something is Torah that is not Torah. And that includes how you keep halakha. I mean, it's not even worth discussing. Trust me, you're going to run into a lot of this. But thank God that there's resources online for someone who didn't grow up in yeshiva to be able to know what the halakha is. And that was really the goal of the Rambam. So the Rambam writes in his Hagdama to Mishnah Torah, he says that now that I've codified all the halachot for you, that you don't have to study Gemara anymore, because it's all here. And this is what the teachers back then disliked, because it left them without a job. Because back then, if you wanted to know the halakha, you had to go to a rabbi. Since the Rambam, all you need to do was get a copy of Mishneh Torah. If you study halakha, Jewish history, and the 5 books of Moses, you're going to know more than 99% of the rabbis out there. This is true, okay, for everyone listening to me out there. And what you experienced yesterday is just an example of this. All these guys who claim to teach Torah online, they're always misquoting the 5 books of Moses, or they misquote halakha because they're too busy studying Kabbalah. I'm not saying it's bad to study Kabbalah, but you can't discuss Kabbalah from an authoritative manner because it's all over the place. It's not meant to be objective. Fine, but halakha is halakha, and that's what Judaism is. Judaism is halakha and the Torah, and the understanding on how those things transpired is Jewish history. If you master those 3 things, the 5 books of Moses, halakha, and Jewish history, you'd be unstoppable.
But I would be unstoppable, but technically speaking, I'm not allowed to, because I'm a goy, right? I'm a Gentile. I'm not Jewish.
It's not like that. The understanding that a Gentile is not allowed to study Torah is technically an idolater who is studying it for other reasons than becoming Jewish. You're not a Gentile. You're not an idolater.
Amen.
This statement was made when conversions took a day. Why would a Gentile spend any time with studying the Torah if it took a day to convert? That means that he wouldn't be a Gentile anymore. It's clearly people who were trying to misuse Torah and halacha to hurt the Jewish people. So this is why it's a stupidest idea here. First of all, they create a stupid rule, an unwritten rule that conversion takes years, if it's even possible in most places. And then they say, oh, well, you're technically still a Gentile. So if you study Torah, you're liable to the death penalty. You can't have it both ways, okay? If you're going to delay conversions, you can't classify people who want to convert as idolaters. There's people who have already accepted Torah. You don't accept Torah in the mikvah. That's when you make a declaration to the rabbis of how serious you are. But when you decide to convert, it's because you're deciding to walk in the ways of God and to keep his Torah. You're no longer an idolater. So yes, an idolater is prohibited from studying Torah. It doesn't pertain to him. And that's not clear halacha. That's just like a midrash that people sort of take seriously. Because the Rambam says that even if they did study it, you don't put him to death.